It's me, Avery. Welcome back to my channel. Today's another episode of my yoga series. We're going to be doing just a nice stretch here by the pool. It's a nice relaxing day and it's warm out, so I wanted to put on a nice summer outfit and do some yoga with you. You're going to need a block for today's exercise and a yoga mat, so if you have these two, we can get started together right away. Anyways, we're going to start by putting our block right below your bum, just like this, and you're going to gently sit on it like so. This is going to allow your hips to open up a little bit extra, and you can actually really just relax your hips, let them drop to the floor. Bring your arms up to the sky. Let your shoulders relax, and let your spine lengthen. If you want, you can do a slight bounce up and down to get a bit of an extra stretch in your back, but it's not necessary. Just hold this for a moment, and then you can rest and relax. Take your arm up and around to the side, a slight bend to stretch out the side of your waist, just right here. And on the other side. Perfect. And now you're going to reach behind, past the block, letting your back really curve. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is move the block out of the way. Just set it to the side for now. We'll be using it later on. And you're just going to lay down, keeping your knees up. Bring your knees to your chest and hug them in for a moment for a nice stretch. When you're ready, you can extend your legs upwards. Keep your knees as straight as you can. It's okay if you can't bend your knees, or it's okay if you can't bring your legs all the way to your chest, but just try not to bend your knees. Perfect. Just breathe here for a moment. I really want to focus on my hips today. I feel like I've been really having sore hips, so this is going to be a really good exercise for you. If you need to stretch them out, you'll really enjoy this. Bring your leg up to your chest, cross it against your body like so. This is going to twist your spine here, which is really good. We were just doing some spine lengthening, so now it's a bit of light twisting, and it's opening up your hip here too. Try to get your knee towards the ground as much as you can, but don't overstretch yourself. And the other side. A nice stretch here. Perfect. Now what you're going to do is grab both of your feet into happy baby pose. And you'll feel just how much your hips will stretch here. It's really going to open up your inner groin, allow your hip flexors to be more flexible as well. Just a lot more movement, which you're really going to like. And now see if you can straighten your legs into a nice V shape. Wiggle if you can. And come back to center, hugging your legs closely to your chest. And you can release. Take a few deep breaths here. Now you can roll over onto your stomach. What we're going to do is a bit of a puppy pose and into a downward dog, because we're going to keep working on these hips now and also stretching the spine. So from here, this is your cat-cow pose. We're actually going to extend our arms out in front. Bring your hips back over top of your knees. Keep your spine as straight as you can. Rest here for a moment, focusing on your breathing. See if you can get your chest to touch the floor if possible, but if you can't, that's okay. And now thread your arm through, the other one wrapping behind, to twist your spine once again. And of course on the other side. Perfect, now back into a neutral puppy pose, and rest in child's pose. This position is really essential to just rest and relax your back, especially if you're doing any sort of excessive stretching. You always want to reset. hair's a little bit in the way. Now what we're gonna do is push up into downward dog. So you're gonna go back in a puppy pose like you just were, and tuck your feet underneath, pressing your legs, straightening those legs. You can do a bit of a wiggle if you'd like. You can bend your knees too, and re-straighten. The goal is to have a straight back. So if your knees are bent, that's okay. See how my spine is much more straight, even slightly curved? That's the goal here. But if you can, try to keep your knees straight too. And we're gonna do that spine twist again. So bring your arm up to the sky, wrapping behind you, and press down back into your downward dog. Arm up, behind you, back down to downward dog, and come back up. Perfect. That was a good exercise so far, so we're gonna get back into the hips here. Putting that in the center of your mat. And you're gonna lay on your back with your block underneath your spine, just like this. And slowly allow your head to drop, letting the arch of this arch your spine. If you want, you can also lift it up this way. See how that gives me an extra curve here? You probably don't want to do it the long way because it's going to be a bit too much. The goal is to see if you can try to drop your bum to the ground and your shoulders. It's really difficult. I can't do it quite yet. Rest here for a moment and feel each individual vertebrae getting more and more lengthened and curved. And I notice for myself sometimes, my upper back is not as flexible as my lower back. So you can actually move it to your upper spine and keep this lower part of your bum down and let your upper spine curve instead. This is just gonna focus on my flexibility on where I'm not as flexible. So however your body is, you'll just do that. Perfect. And you can just press your elbows down to the floor, find yourself really grounded, open up your chest, pinning your shoulders down and back, letting your chest open up while your spine stays nice and curved. Perfect. And last but not least, what we're gonna do is laying back down on your back again, bringing your legs up, using your arms to help rest against your spine, and slowly drop your legs behind your head. This here, you can see how my spine is nicely curved. We always want to reverse any excessive stretching with a good curve here. You can bend your knees if you'd like for an extra deep stretch, or you can keep them straight. And if you want to get that hip stretch in, you can open up your legs into a V formation, either bending or straightening. So we're getting both our hips nice and widely opened as well as that good back stretch. Perfect. Oops. Using that core engaged to go back to resting. So now today we've done a lot of hip stretching, we've done a lot of spine stretching, so I think that I'm feeling ready to do a bit of a back bend with you guys. Don't do this if you don't feel comfortable doing it, but if you decide to, you're just going to take your arms, get any hair out of the way, put your arms right behind your shoulders. Oops. I've got too much hair. And press up like so. Try to look behind you as well. And slowly come down, getting each vertebrae on the floor one at a time. Perfect. Well, that is my yoga workout with you today. So I just really wanted to get my hips nice and stretched out. They've been so sore. And my back flexibility is something I've been wanting to work on a lot. I know that my lower back is really flexible, but just not my upper. So I always want to improve where I need to improve, not just keep working on the things I'm already good at. So I hope you learned a lot from my yoga practice today. It would be so nice if we can continue doing this together and we can have so much fun.